Hi, welcome to Nina in the Kitchen, where I am going to show you the easiest Thanksgiving turkey you can possibly make and the most delicious, I think. So here's all that you do. I have turkey parts and pieces here. And what's nice about this recipe is that you can custom design these pieces however you want. If you have people who like more breasts or more thighs, you just buy more of those pieces. Now, what I did is I bought a whole bird, I butchered it down, I made stock with the back and the neck, so that's what this is. What you're going to need for the rest of this is about 10 pounds of meat, so plan on that, 10 pounds. And I have 1 cup of a dry white wine. This is a Chardonnay. You can use a Chablis. Do they even make Chablis anymore? I don't know. But you'll need a dry white wine, so that's 1 cup. I have 4 cups, 1 liter, of chicken stock or turkey stock. And if you're buying it, you just want to get low sodium. This has no salt in it, so I'm using salt and pepper. This is about 4 tablespoons of butter, which I've melted. 1/2 ounce, which is 14 grams of porcini mushrooms. And I put that in water to soak, and you can see how dark it got. I put it in some water just to cover it and then put it in the microwave to heat it up. This is 3 onions, which I've chopped up just roughly. A rough chop means the size doesn't matter. It's just going to all cook together, and we'll strain all of this out later to make the gravy. This is 2 carrots and 3 stalks of celery. I have 2 bay leaves, 6 cloves of garlic, which I just smashed and took the paper off of. This is thyme, about a teaspoon of thyme. And I have about what's going to equal to about 6 parsley stems. And that's it. So now we're just going to put this all together. When I put this mushroom juice in, because you do want to use the juice, you just want to be careful that you're not getting any of the grit that may come out of your mushrooms. And you could use other mushrooms, but I would not use dry shiitake mushrooms because they have a very distinctive taste. Well, there's a little grit that I'm leaving at the bottom. That's not bad. Now, because I don't have salt anywhere in here, I'm going to salt the veggies and just toss everything around. What I have is a little bit of salt in 1 cup and a little bit of pepper in the other. And then that way, if I have turkey or juices on my hands, I don't have to worry about it. I'll just throw this out when I'm finished with it. Throw the rest of the salt out when I'm done. I want a little bit of the butter to go on these veggies, just a splash. So everything gets tossed together. Then you want to dry your turkey. This is just some paper toweling. Turkey, and when you buy these pieces, whichever pieces of turkey that you buy, you want them to have the bone in and skin on. And then you use these vegetables like a rack. Some salt, I just want to salt and pepper these pieces. I'm saving these 2 pieces of wing for a dressing that I want to make, a bread dressing. What a dressing is something that you make on the side, and a stuffing is when you put it in the bird. So we're going to do a dressing. I did a video for that, I think last year, maybe 2 years ago. I will post that video. It's a really great dressing. Then I'm just going to rub this down a little bit with the leftover butter that I have. You could use oil for this if you want, but butter. This goes into a 475 degree oven for about 20 minutes. All that you want to do is get this brown and roasted. The reason that you want to brown the vegetables and also the skin of the bird is for the flavor that it imparts into the whole dish as a whole. You're not going to get brown crispy skin with this recipe. You're not going to be able to bring a whole turkey to the table and show everyone how beautiful the turkey is, but I have to say it is delicious. Typically what I do is when everyone's sitting at the table, I'm in the kitchen anyway, hacking away at the bird. So it doesn't matter to me that I have a whole bird or not. But you do want to use pieces that have the skin on, bone in. That is very important because of the flavors that lends to the dish as well. Okay, this just came out of the oven. It has been 20 minutes and this is what it looks like. So all that you do at this point is put your chicken, turkey stock, or low sodium chicken broth, pour it right in there. Now, if you use the low sodium stock, then of course, you probably don't even need the salt that I used earlier. So this is braising. Braising is where you go low and slow on a cook with moist heat, and you want to go about 1/4 to 1/2 of the way up the pieces that you're trying to braise. And then it goes in a slow oven. So I've turned the heat down to 325 degrees, which is 162 Celsius. I'm going to cover this with a piece of parchment paper. And then on top of that, I'm further insulating it with foil. I'm going to wrap this up, tighten it up, put it back in at 325, 162, and this will cook for about 1 3/4 to 2 hours. After 2 hours, take it out. You will have the most delicious, juiciest meat. Fabulous. Okay, well, I took the turkey out and I took the foil off, and here's what it looks like. This has been resting for a little while, but here are your turkey pieces. I'm going to take them out and put them in a dish so that they can rest while I make the gravy, because all of these juices, and this smells so good, all of these juices go towards making gravy. And what I've done is I just took everything that was in the pan, the meat is on a platter, and then the rest of it, the vegetables and the juices, are now in my, this is called a chinoise. And I'm going to take just a spatula and press all of these vegetables up against this. Now you can do this with a colander or any strainer that will take you pressing on it. And the reason for that is because you see these little bits of vegetable come out, and that can go into your broth. If you want, you don't have to do that. I like to get all of these flavors in there because they're just so yummy. The other thing that I have that I forgot to show you is this is 3 tablespoons of flour, just plain flour, all-purpose flour. And I mixed it with a little bit of the wine that I had left. I have just a little bit at the bottom. But you want, whatever you mix your flour with, you want it to be a cold liquid. If you put a hot liquid in here, you will never get the lumps out. So this is nice and clear. All that I did was I stirred it up just like that. Very simple. This is called a slurry. You'll have about 5 cups of broth left if you followed this recipe. You see how nice and dark that is? That's from roasting that meat and those vegetables. The bottom of the pan is absolutely clean when you dump it out. So it's an easy recipe in many ways. One is that it's pretty easy cleanup. So I'm going to use about 3 cups of this broth. And I'm just going to pour it right in here. That looks like 3. And to that, I'm just going to add my flour. One reason for using flour is that it's going to keep this, it'll give it a good body. And just stirring this over medium heat for about 5 minutes, you'll have a beautiful, beautiful gravy. And all that you have to do is taste for seasoning. Well, thank you for joining me for my favorite holiday. Of course, it's the one with food, right? But, you know, another thing about this is that it's very easy to carve this turkey because it's already cut into pieces for you. So it's just a matter of making slices out of that. This is the gravy. It's beautiful. It's velvety. It's really beautiful. Like I said, all you have to do is taste it for seasoning to make sure it's where you want it. If it starts getting lumpy, you have a few choices. You can run it through a sieve. I hate to clean sieves, so what I do is I use an immersion blender and just kind of zap it. You can throw it in your blender as well. This is from the bottom of the pan. This is the leftover juices, the jus, if you will, and I'm going to use that perhaps to make a turkey soup or use it in stock for something else, perhaps rice or, oh, who knows. But anyway, so that's a little bonus, is that you'll have that leftover. And here's your Thanksgiving turkey. The meat is beautifully tender. and very easy to cut because the bird was already cut into pieces. So all that you have to do is just slice it and put it on a plate. I hope you enjoy this recipe. It's really a good one. It's a keeper. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.